What we're going to do is get rid of all these buttons and just make a giant screen.
Who would have ever known that this day would put Apple at the top of the world? They were the company to put themselves at the headfront of new ideas. And because all the ideas they put out were so new, the older generation was overwhelmed with the new technology. And as we all know, when your parents don't understand what you're doing, it's to your benefit that it stays that way. Inventions like the iPhone are made for the younger population. These new devices are harder to get used to, but being the first to actually have that device and use it makes you feel trendy. This could be the reason why the older generation sees new things as cool and makes them feel youthful again. This is why Apple makes advertisements of users ranging from early teens to early 20s. Apple makes their products to appeal to the younger generation, but they end up drawing in the older population at the same time because they themselves want to at least try staying up to date and conform to the newest and hottest trends. And this conformity aspect is a very big part of our pop culture. An Apple product that everyone thought would flop was the Apple AirPods. If you told me that AirPods would take off and end up being one of the most popular earbuds, I would have a hard time believing you. Fast forward to today though, at any given moment there is someone taking out their floss and putting the head of toothbrushes into their ears. Here, I'll give you an example of one in its own natural habitat. Oh, I'm a genius. My God. Mr. Slide would love this. Easy 4. Oh my God. Oh, I hate this song. Oh, I actually like the song.
Mom!
People who lack intelligence, such as that dumb person, bought AirPods just because other people were doing it, just trying to fit in. Conformity was even evident in our Corn Pone reading where Mark Twain said, quote unquote, "If Eve should come again, in her ripe renown, and reintroduce her quaint styles, well, we know what would happen," end quote. Twain was trying to convey that as humans, we seek to fit in with the crowd. So if Eve's style of clothing was reintroduced and popularized again, he wouldn't be surprised if everyone jumped on the bandwagon. Apple themselves are guilty of conformity. You know that amazing edge-to-edge, borderless, new iPhone X? Yeah, well, they weren't the first to release the idea. Samsung implemented this type of screen starting with their Galaxy S8, 2 years prior, coining it an Infinity Display. Apple literally stole the idea from Samsung, changed the look a little to appeal to the younger generation, and then sold it back to the public, trying to claim that it's the greatest thing in the world. It's pretty much like doing everything in a group project to find out that, Jason over here decides to take your name off of it and claim it as his own. Like, come on Jason, what the fuck? Alright, getting back on track. This habit of taking ideas and implementing them in your own creations is exactly what American cuisine has done. Strahan of Cultural Hegemony says, quote unquote, "How many ethnic restaurants do you have? And what is American culture itself but a rich soup of the many cultures that Americans originally came from?" End quote. This is how conformity behaves in our culture. Companies and people see something that they like and decide to take it and have their own kick at it. When this happens, new products get released by companies such as Apple. Apple is no longer just a techie company. They are also a fashion staple, and their pricing shows it. Let's take a look at some of their pricing. Alright, gold aluminum case with pink sand sport band. Looks pretty nice, right? $499. Oh, why not upgrade it to a gold stainless steel case? $699. Why not upgrade it one more time, Why not? Stainless steel case, $799. That's a brand new phone right there. Having an Apple product can describe your economic status. This is why so many people fall into their traps. Apple Watches used to be a lot cheaper, but as people start to conform to what society thought looked cool about Apple Watches, their prices skyrocketed. The price of the Apple Watch increased from just $249 3 years ago to $500 just for the basic model today. There was no real update in the looks or the actual hardware other than a few new features like a little brighter of a screen. Apple is trying to draw us in with gimmicks that will make us look cool and richer. I know this video made it seem like I was dissing Apple for anything and everything they've done, but sometimes conformity isn't bad. Sure, their products are expensive, but people didn't conform to it because they were poor quality. Conformity is a major part of our pop culture, and who knows, if we didn't have this trait, we might not be where we are today.